family is about to be hit with one of their biggest scandals, and the biggest blow is going to be from none other than who used to be dubbed as Targets now, and what she's willing to disclose and how far she will go just to get revenge with Meghan.
In the glittering graveyard of royal secrets, one name has just gone dark. Meghan Markle has vanished from public view. Not on vacation. Not on a wellness retreat. She has gone into hiding. And the woman who lit the match? Sarah Ferguson. Fergie. The same Fergie who once sold her soul for cash, now selling someone else's past. What did she just whisper into the ears of the tabloids? And why, right now? Let's go back. Way back. The backstory begins not in a palace, but on water. Crystal blue Mediterranean water. Private yachts the size of city blocks. The year? Somewhere between 2006 and 2011, according to claims circulating in London's most discreet drawing rooms. Meghan Markle, then an up-and-coming actress, was a regular guest in that floating world of billionaires, royals, and fixers. Insiders say one yacht stood out, a 150-foot palace on waves owned by a controversial Middle Eastern businessman with very close ties to Prince Andrew. Photos allegedly exist. Blurry. Sun-drenched. Meghan in a white bikini, laughing beside men whose names now trigger investigations. Some believe she was simply networking. Others whisper she was auditioning. Not casually, not innocently, but intentionally. Fast forward. A royal wedding. A fairy tale sold to the world. But observers suggest something changed the moment Meghan stepped onto British soil. The smile tightened. The laughter shortened. Old friends from LA were quietly dropped. Phone numbers changed overnight, became no longer in service. Why? Because certain people on certain yachts remembered her. And memory, in royal circles, is a dangerous currency. Then Megxit. The escape to California. The Netflix deals. The podcasts. The carefully curated image of the victim-turned-victor. For 4 years it worked. Until November 2025. Fergie, redeemed, re-embraced by the palace after decades in the cold, gave a seemingly innocent interview to a British tabloid. One line. Just one. I've known Meghan much longer than people realize. Back in her yachting days with Andrew. No elaboration. No denial when pressed. Just a smile. A smile that detonated like a bomb. Within hours, old WhatsApp screenshots surfaced. Flight manifests. Instagram posts scrubbed years ago, suddenly unscrambled by digital archaeologists. And Meghan? Radio silence. Her Archwell team. No comment. Her Montecito mansion. Gates locked, drones chased away. Sources close to the couple say Harry is furious, pacing, demanding legal letters, screaming at advisors. Meghan? She hasn't left the guest wing in 11 days. So what is the motive? Why would Fergie, once the most vilified woman in Britain, choose this moment to strike? Some believe it's simple survival. Palace watchers say King Charles offered Fergie a path back to royal favor, on one condition: help cauterize the Sussex wound before the next jubilee. Others suggest something darker, pure jealousy. Meghan eclipsed Fergie's own attempted comeback. Same red hair. Same people's princess branding. Only one could win. Not accidentally. Not carelessly. But intentionally. Now look at the power dynamic. On one side, the immovable institution. The crown. The courtiers who never forgave Harry and Meghan for Harry's book. On the other, 2 American-based ex-royals with dwindling relevance. The palace doesn't need to leak anymore. They just nod, and loyal soldiers like Fergie do the rest. It's psychological chess. Exposed just enough to paralyze. Let the target destroy their own brand trying to defend the indefensible. Brilliant, ruthless, effective. But here's the deeper revelation clawing its way out. Multiple sources now claim the yacht photos are not the worst of it. There are recordings, audio, a dinner on that same yacht, 2009. Meghan allegedly laughing, flirting, discussing how to marry rich, preferably titled. The tape is said to be in the hands of a British newspaper. They're waiting for the right bidding war, or the right royal command. If it drops, the Montecito empire collapses overnight. No Netflix renewal. No Spotify redemption. Just exile. Again. So Meghan hides. Curtains drawn. Phones encrypted. Lawyers on retainer 24/7. But hiding only feeds the story. Every day she stays silent, the whispers grow louder. Here's the question that keeps Buckingham Palace awake at night, and Montecito trembling. If Fergie was willing to burn Meghan for a pat on the head from the king, who's next? And how many more ghosts from those sunlit yacht decks are about to walk back into the spotlight? The tide is coming in. And this time, no one's throwing a life ring. But the story doesn't end with Meghan locked behind Montecito gates. It only begins there. Let's pull the lens back further. Deeper into the vault. Segment 6. The Silent Alliance. Insiders say Fergie didn't act alone. There's a name no one dares print yet. A former palace private secretary. Let's call him M. Dismissed in 2022 after Spare came out. He carried folders, hard drives, years of surveillance on the Sussexes and on everyone who ever partied with Andrew. M allegedly met Fergie at a quiet country pub outside Windsor, October 2025. One witness claims he handed her a single USB stick. On it, the unredacted Epstein files mentioning MM. Not Meghan Markle, but close enough to terrify. Some believe the palace greenlit the leak. Others insist it was blackmail, Fergie forced to choose between her comeback or collapse. Either way, the USB changed hands. Not randomly, not reluctantly, but intentionally. Segment 7. The pattern repeats. Look closer and you'll see it. Diana in 1992. Fergie in 1992. Meghan in 2025. Same playbook. Isolate. Humiliate. Erase. Psychological warfare dressed as gossip. Observers suggest the firm has perfected a slow suffocation technique. Death by 1,000 tabloid cuts. First the character, then the credibility, finally the cash flow. It worked on Diana's friends. It worked on Fergie's toe-sucking photographer. And now, it's Meghan's turn. The only difference? This time, the weapon is a red-headed duchess with nothing left to lose. Segment 8. The Montecito Bunker. Inside the mansion, the mood is described as eerie quiet. Staff reduced to skeleton crew. Children kept off the manicured lawn. No paparazzi drones can catch a single giggle. Harry, sources say, has aged 10 years in 10 days. He reportedly begged his father for a ceasefire. The reply, allegedly, came through a courtier's text. Some fires must burn themselves out. Meghan, meanwhile, sits in a windowless room surrounded by whiteboards, timelines, names, NDAs. She's mapping every guest list from every yacht between 2006 and 2012, trying to predict who flips next. Because they're coming, one by one. A hairdresser from St. Tropez, a former Soho House manager, even a Canadian diplomat's son who claims he is video. The avalanche has started, and avalanches don't negotiate. Segment 9. The Haunting Countdown. Here's what multiple sources now confirm is already scheduled. January 17, 2026. A major British newspaper will publish the Yacht Files, 15 pages, redacted photos, sworn affidavits, and that 2009 dinner recording, crystal clear. The editor has reportedly told friends, "This isn't revenge. This is archaeology." Translation: the monarchy is digging up Meghan's past to bury her future. Some believe King Charles knows nothing. Others say he signed off months ago, the night Harry refused to attend the Christmas service. So the Duchess hides. But hiding his confession in slow motion. Every day the gates stay closed, the headline writes itself. She's guilty of something. And the final, lingering question, the one that echoes from Buckingham Palace to Beverly Hills, whispers louder with every passing hour. When the yacht photos drop, when the tape plays, when the world hears Meghan Markle laughing about marrying a prince before she ever met one, will even Harry still believe the fairy tale? Or will he finally see the woman he defended was always playing a longer, darker game? The tide is no longer coming in. It's already here. And it's pulling everything under. Stay close. Because the next leak isn't weeks away. It's days. And when it breaks, there won't be enough lifeboats in Montecito for what comes next. God save the Duchess. She's going to need it.
Family, the people on the money.